Hey folks, this is Terrence of Country Boy Outdoors, and I'm bringing you another update on these Dunstan chestnuts. I started to do an introduction before I started doing some of the work that I did, but I wanted to hurry up and get it done because I was kind of short on time, and I got some other spots on the place to go check out. So I just wanted to cover what I've done so far with these Dunstans. I came out and I mulched them, and right now it's mid-January and we got everything planted for this planting season. I don't plant after January. I came out and I added some food spikes. I think it was Vigoro nut and fruit spikes, and about this time of year, mid-January into February, I'll feed them. I'll add fertilizer, the spikes, or I have another type of fertilizer called Nutri-Star, and I don't have that right now at hand. I pretty much used it up, but I came out and I fertilized everything, added, gave plant food, and after I did all that, then I mulched. I added a thick layer of mulch, so once it starts to warm up out here, usually around the end of February, things start to bud out and green up a little bit. Now we could have a late frost and a later bloom up. So, but I come out and do it this time of year because we get a lot of good rains, and it would pat this stuff down and make it a little bit thick. So once things start to warm up, the weeds can't really grow up through that. But you can see it here. This is pretty good. It's probably about 3-4 inches of mulch, hardwood mulch, that I picked up at Home Depot, and I placed it around all 8 of the large Dunstans that we have out here, and I also put it around. I'll walk over here to the smaller ones, the ones in the earlier video that I posted that I grew from seed, and I put it around those, and I fed those with the Vigoro plant food, the Nutri-Star, and I mulched these real good. Some of these I have weed mats down on them, and I just put a layer of mulch over it, and I just want to keep the weeds from choking them out later on in the warm season. That's a little, supposed to have been some protection, keep the rabbits away when this had leaves on it when I first planted it. I'm gonna come back after I check the other spots on the place, and I'm going to add some new wire cages, some that would add a little bit more protection, about 3 feet high. So once these things bud out, they have a better chance of growing. Now I know that's not going to keep the deer from nibbling on them, but hopefully, so much other stuff greening up out here, I won't have too many problems with the deer. I usually don't. That's another one, I have to cage that in. And I probably got close to 20 of these seedling Dunstan chestnuts that I planted throughout this field. It's kind of hard to see right now because they're pretty spotty, but they're all doing pretty well. I grew them all in one pot. A lot of people look at that and probably think that's not a good idea to plant so many seeds in one pot. I used the 3-gallon pots as stated in an earlier video, and I put about, I just started planting this year the nuts that I have that I'll be planting in the fall. I planted about 20 nuts in a 30-gallon pot, and all these nuts usually do pretty well growing up in the same pot. Early on in the season, I'll feed them with Miracle Grow, and towards the latter part of the summer, I stopped feeding, but I just keep them watered pretty well, and they did all right. Bring them out here in October and stick them in the ground. Let's see, zoom in on that one. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to start my orchard. This stuff is good for the deer, and it's a good attractant. We want more wildlife out here, but with these Dunstans, my whole goal is to plant a chestnut orchard on all these acres out here. This side of the creek, it's about 7 acres, even including the wooded sections along the creek and bordering the road. But the pasture out here is probably about 4 or 5 acres. And so I want to fill up all of the pasture space out here. And I'm just going to plant it up in chestnuts. Let my big trees grow. The big oaks, black walnut, a few of the pines and stuff that's growing down in the bottoms and stuff. But out in this grassy area, I'm going to fill it up with chestnuts. One big orchard, or actually we're going to call this Chestnut Hill because this is a high point. On the other side, the rest of the property, it's going to be more of a natural area. Little blue stem grass, white oaks, pines, and you know, the whole goal of this is to attract wildlife on the place, but also make little profits also with these chestnuts. Anyway, I will bring you another update soon. Thanks for watching.